Hello? Hey, we got everything working for once. We got everything working for once. I am gonna do something. No, I feel like my mic. I haven't listened to my mic much before. It sounds so crusty, man. Why does it sound so crusty? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mess with my mic filters a little bit and see if I can get it to sound less crusty. Uh, okay, I've got a limiter. I think that's good. Gain, yeah. Noise gate, sure. Maybe I need to expand? Expand my voice. Hello. Expand. Hello? Is that any better? Doesn't sound much better. Doesn't sound worse. Does not sound worse. Doesn't sound better. Interesting. Maybe we get rid of that. Three-band equalizer. Let's bring up the highs and the mids. Bring down the lows. Hello, hello. I'm a little too loud now. Hello, hello. Maybe I just have to bring down the lows? Hello, hello. I mean, that sounds like me. Alright, we'll run it. That's weird. My mic still doesn't pick up whistles, which is interesting. Wonder why that is. Let's try this. Hi, Taro. Hi, little kitty. I guess I'll listen to myself, man. It's not that bad. I used to hate it, but I still do kind of hate it. It makes it harder to talk. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience. But when you hear your own voice echoed back at you while you're talking, it makes it more difficult, for me at least, to finish a thought, man. Clearly, look at that. It took me so long to get through that. Okay. Just practicing some record juggling real quick. Just juggling some records. Juggling some records. Yeah, that's pretty good. Whoa, you can spin it in? That doesn't seem very good, but it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I'm not sure why I'm streaming right now. I don't think I'm going to actually be able to have time to complete a run. Oh, baby.
We did it, Deep.
I got a 117 going right now. That's not bad.
So once we...
Wait.
Thank you,
Excuse me.
Should we teal up?
Excuse me. I burpled. Oh yeah. Alright, don't do that. I still think my mic sounds weird, man. Missed. I gotta remember after the fights. Maybe I just won't care about that. What? Never done that before. Never done that before.
We have to go after that thing.
So that little section there that I jumped off of is much nicer than the other one that I normally jump off of because there's just a lot more space. It's less likely for me to get an unintentional auto hop. Okay. A little scary. Gotta keep moving forward throughout that section, or else you might get shocked. Okay, good Tempest. Good Tempest. No, not load. Save. Silly me, silly fingers. But hey, keep downloading, Soap Song. Hi, Taro. Ah, Taro's on my arm, man. Taro's on my arm. Hi, Taro. I'm gonna mess with my filters again, man, because I still sound like I'm in like a dark room somewhere, and I'm not. Is there like a compressor? Like an uncompressor? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Is that clear? Hello? That sounds a little better. I don't know, maybe not. It sounds kind of the same, low-key. Expander. That's what I tried earlier, isn't it? Expand. Please expand. Hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Expand? Hello? What do I sound like? Is that any better? Yeah, somewhat. We'll run it. Monitor off. No, I don't want to hear my voice anymore. Get me out, Loki. Okay. I was pretending that it was fine. Freaking me out, Loki. Welcome everyone to another... I'm not doing that again. Alright, Bananza any percent. We're gonna give it a couple runs here. Just see how it goes. I am streaming, but to no one. So basically a recording. I'm just gonna talk over my thoughts throughout the run. And practice explaining the run a little bit as I go. Alright, so we're getting into it. Back to the mines, as I like to say. The very first thing that we need to do in the run, the beginning of the run is very structured. As the rest of the run isn't. The beginning of the run especially, because at the beginning of the run we need to destroy our main goal is to go fast, but also to collect enough gold to get through 3,000 gold requirement for Hilltop Lair. And to get that gold, oh man. To get that gold, I'm gonna reset. Just kidding. Resetting for different reasons. Because I bounced off the wall 50 times. One moment, please. Okay. Let's get another one. Boom. Alright. We're back. Back to the mine. Okay, Bananza, any percent. The goal of the run, obviously, is to complete the game as fast as possible, as it is with any speedrun. And the latter half of the run have more of a thing. I can't get through the dang wall, man. I'll talk about it again when I get there, man. But okay. Another run. Let's do it. DK Bananza any percent. So, as it is with any percent run, the goal is to go as fast as possible. Complete the game as fast as possible. To complete the game, there are a couple of little side objectives that we're going to have to do. The early game has a strong focus on one of those side objectives, which is to get enough gold to get past the top layer. You need approximately 3,000 gold. Oh, this is a sloppy one so far. We'll need approximately 3,000 gold. And so to do that, we collect gold along the way in these first couple of layers, Ingot and in Lagoon. But then also, you can get gold as a reward for Smashing Stat, which is basically the game track how much you destroy each layer, how much of each type of terrain you destroy in each layer. And if you destroy enough of it, it'll reward you with some gold. So we're going to use that to hopefully get 900 gold. Destroying the right things along the way to make sure we get that gold reward. And so one of those things that I did was, in that first section, there are these buttons that you use to break through the walls. And you just want to skip through the cutscene before the wall breaks, so that it gives DK the credit for destroying the actual wall, which is a lot of extra terrain that we would have to break otherwise. So that is 900 gold that we're going to get. Then the other 2,100 gold we have to collect, you know, old-fashioned way. So we'll break a bunch of gold along the way. You'll notice I'm not collecting a lot of gold along the way, and that's because any gold that's sitting on the ground, when you go into a cutscene, when you load a cutscene, will automatically get collected. So we're just dropping a lot of gold and leaving it there to be automatically collected when we get into cutscenes. Like all of this gold that we're destroying, we're collecting most of it, but some of it's getting left behind. We'll go into this cutscene. We had 1041 going in, now we have 1114. So we're getting a little bit of extra gold from pressing through naturally and dropping gold along the way. A little green, which is good. My PB ingot was not bad. So once we get through Hilltop, I'll stop talking about this objective. But for now, our objective is go fast, do everything we need to do, but also collect gold along the way. There's a little movement tech that I do there. I don't think it's faster, but it's called ledge triple jump, where you pull a chunk right on a ledge and then immediately turf surf. And then it gives you an extra jump in the air. And then also, probably the main movement tech in the run, other than turf surfing, which is a pretty standard tech in the game. The game teaches you how to do it pretty much immediately. The other movement tech that we're using are called FAT and AFAT. And FAT and AFATs are effectively the same thing. They stand for fast aerial turf surf. So you get the speed up that you normally get on the ground when you're turf surfing, but you get it in the air. Fast aerial turf surf. And there's an airborne version of that. The AFAT, and that one gives you a ton of height as well as speed. And the FAT is used, you know, immediately off the ground. It gives you a lot of speed, a little bit of height, but mostly just speed. The AFAT gives you a lot of height. So in places where I just want to go fast and don't want to deal with turf surfing on the terrain, you'll see me using FAT quite a bit. And then places where I want to get up high, we'll see in Canyon Lair after Hilltop. There's two sections where you need to use AFAT. I'll use AFAT. So there's another little side objective that we need to do here is you cannot progress through the game unless you do it. And it is to get the Kong Bananza, which is this first transformation if you've never played the game. It is required. There's no way to do it otherwise. And we'll just go through here. Notice I left a bunch of gold on the ground. I had 1,200 gold, and now I have 1,400 gold. I'm actually very poor. Very, very poor. So normally I should have around 1,600 gold when I get to this point. I'm going to pick a little bit of extra gold that I normally wouldn't break. And then I'm going to focus on picking up some gold in this boss fight against Kaburuja. Which may cause me to make a mistake. Mess up the fast cycle on the fight. Going for that gold there. Now we're good. So you just want to hit him straight in the face, and then hit him on the side. It'll instantly break him, and you can hit him normally. Now, hopefully I have around 1,800 gold. That would be ideal. $1,700. Okay, so we're a little bit light on gold. There is a cave, or this tunnel section coming up just now, where there are balls of gold that you can hit along the way down. And those will give you some gold, obviously. But if you hit each of them once, there's 3 of them. If you hit each of them once, you get around 260 gold, and really, it looks like I'm going to need about 400 gold here. So, the tricky part is hitting 1 or 2 of them more than once. Hopefully I can do it. Let me give it a try. That is very unfavorable. And I hit them once total. Too bad. And that is a reset. Okay, we'll run it again. Back to the mine. The last run, I had very little gold. I need 3,000 gold by the time I get to the end of Hilltop Layer. And I was pretty short on that. Okay, Bananza any percent. Goal of the run, as it is with any 80% speedrun, is to go fast and finish the game as fast as possible. But, as it is with many games, we have a bunch of side objectives that we need to do along the way. One of which, at the beginning of the game here, is collecting gold. Oh, I messed that up pretty bad. It's difficult to talk out everything that you need to do going throughout the game and through the game at the same time. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't think anyone doubts that, but you know, it's tough. This beginning part of the game especially, because there's so much to talk about. Once you get in it, as it is with many speedruns, I think, not so bad. Alright, back to the mines. DK Bananza, any percent. Goal of the run, goal of the speedrun, as it is with any 80% speedrun, is to go fast and complete the game as quickly as possible. But this game has several side objectives that we're going to need to accomplish along the way. And really the first that we're focused on, along with going fast, is breaking a lot of terrain and collecting gold. And they kind of are one and the same goals. The side objectives, getting a lot of gold. We're breaking a lot of terrain and collecting a lot of gold. The reason we're breaking a lot of terrain is to get a gold reward for breaking a lot of terrain later on. This game has a feature called Smash and Stats, and that feature effectively tracks what terrain and what types of terrain you've broken in each layer, and then gives you a reward, a gold reward, for breaking a certain amount of terrain in each layer, each section of the game. So we're collecting gold naturally by breaking gold chunks. Hit the thing, man. Then also collecting gold. We're going to be getting a 900 gold bonus from that Smash and Stats, hopefully, if we do everything correctly. I'm a little bit poor at this point. 811 gold is a little bit on the low side, but it's not bad. Also, going a little slow here and Ingot, I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's a pretty tough section. So anyway, we need about 3,000 gold to get past the top layer. And so we're going to be breaking a lot of gold, breaking a lot of terrain, hopefully getting that gold amount that we need. Also, one thing to note that is very useful throughout the run, any gold that's broken and laying around on the ground is automatically collected anytime you enter a cutscene. Yeah, I wasn't doing a good job explaining it this run anyway. This run is, I was only 4 seconds behind, but that's already enough for me to not want to continue it. Okay, probably like 2 more runs. Keep going this way, and then I'm gonna have to get ready for work. Okay. Bananza, any percent speed run. Goal of the run, as it is with any percent speed run, any game, complete the game as quickly as possible. But we have some unavoidable side objectives that we're going to need to follow throughout the run, that we're going to need to complete throughout the run. First of which is collecting a lot of gold and breaking a lot of stuff for a gold reward. Because we need approximately 3,000 gold to complete the hilltop layer. There's a barrier. We need to pay someone to destroy the barrier, and they charge 3,000 gold. So we need that 3,000 gold, and as of right now, there's no known way to skip it. So we need 3,000 gold. How do we do that? We do it by breaking gold, not collecting it a lot of the time. The reason we don't collect it is that as soon as you enter a cutscene, any gold that's just kind of laying around on the ground will be automatically collected. I had to focus there for a second. Any gold that is laying around on the ground will be automatically collected when you enter a cutscene. So we break a lot of gold and just leave it there, because there's many cutscenes in this game. And then the other way is through something called Smash and Stat, which is you break a certain amount of terrain in a layer, it'll give you a gold reward for doing that. We're gonna get about 900 gold, hopefully, from Smash and Stats, and the rest, the other 2,100 or so, we need to collect by breaking gold as we go along. So we're gonna route around collecting gold throughout the run. A decent bit of gold here. We're going a little slow. A little bit unlucky with that cutscene skip. Yeah, I'm pretty slow here, but pretty rich, so hopefully it'll balance out. 306 is not great. Top runners usually get sub 3 minute on ingot, so I'm a little bit behind already. And now we're getting to Lagoon. Lagoon is the next place where we have another little optional, or not optional, but side objective that we need to do. It's not optional. Which is to get Kong Bananza, which is our first Bananza transformation. It is necessary. It is required. There is no way to skip it, as far as we know currently. We do need to get Kong Bananza. Not that it's not very slow as far as getting Bananzas go. See, there's just a record piece over here that we need to collect. We go pick it up, bring it back to the Kong Elder. It'll give us Kong Bananza transformation. It is a little bit slow, though. It's not collecting the record and bringing it to the Elder necessarily. That part's not slow. But this part, where we need to go through this cutscene and then watch the Kong Bananza and Pauline talk a little bit back and forth, that part is pretty slow. I don't know exactly how long it is. I wish I could tell you. It's probably like 1.5 to 2 minutes. But the Kong Bananza transformation is very useful throughout quite a lot of the run, so it's Welcome.
Lolo, tú también. Pauli.
We will be skipping some of the Bananza transformations. The only Bananza transformations we'll get throughout the run will be Kong, Ostrich, and Elephant. These are the ones that Ostrich is not required, but it's so useful. So we end up getting it anyway. Theoretically, you could do it Ostrichless and just do Kong and Elephant Bananza to complete the run, but it would be significantly slower using the strats that we currently know. Maybe some changes in the future where we don't get Ostrich. You know, a lot of people are working toward that goal. But as of right now, we get Kong, we get Ostrich, we get Elephant. Kong is 100% required to complete the game, and so is Elephant as far as we can tell. You'll see why later on. So the main, oh, I'm poor again, man. Not that poor, but I'm pretty poor. The main movement effect that you're going to be seeing throughout the game is turf surfing, chunk jumping, which are pretty standard. Casual playthroughs will implement both of those usually. But then also, something a little bit less standard, is that we have FAT and AFAT. FAT stands for Fast Aerial Turf Surf, and AFAT is the airborne version of that. Airborne Fast Aerial Turf Surf. And those are going to be used all over the run. I've already used many of them throughout the section. So what makes them fast is that on the ground, when you're turf surfing, you can press the punch button and you'll get a speed up. But you normally can't do that in the air. If you do a FAT or an AFAT, you get that speed up while in the air. And FATs are useful for really just going fast over bumpy terrain that you don't want to turf surf on, because turf surfs can be a little janky. AFATs are used for gaining a lot of aerial height, or a lot of vertical height, and a lot of speed at the same time. And there's a couple of sections that you'll see it, you've already seen it. You've already seen me use it once in Ingot. Forgot to split. 800 gold. Okay, we're good. We have exactly 3,005 gold. That's pretty lucky. These are the only bananas that we're going to get through the entire game. We need one skill point with the Ostrich transformation later on. Ooh, big chunk. Yes, man. We need one skill point for Ostrich later on, and then other than that, we do not get any other skill points throughout the entire game. Get up, man. Okay, here's the guy I've been talking about. This Constructone. Pay him 3,000 gold and he'll break this banana stone. As of right now, we don't know of any way. We found many clips to clip into it, banana, but it seems like before the Constructone does his job, there's a death barrier that we cannot get around. So until we find a way to get around that death barrier, we're gonna have to keep collecting 3,000 gold at the beginning of the run to give that Constructone. Okay, so that's kind of the first two objectives. We got Kong Bananza, we got the we paid the Constructone to break that banana so we could continue forward in the run. Next objective isn't coming for a while, so we can just focus on going fast. Next side objective is to get Ostrich Bananza. Ostrich Bananza is insanely useful across the entire run. We'll see that once we get it. For now, we're going to Canyon Lair. Really just a bunch of movement. Nice looking movement. I'll give it that. But it's mostly just movement. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. Mostly just turf surf and fats and AFATs. Those good old Donkey Kong movements. No Bananza nonsense. There is also a clip that people are looking into in this section. I personally haven't practiced it at all, so I won't be doing it. Messed up my movement a little bit there, but that's okay. We're gonna see a pretty nice skip right here. Using an AFAT. Skips a significant chunk of the level. And another AFAT skip right here. I'm up there. Another AFAT here. And one more AFAT. Finish out the level. And that's pretty much it. That is Canyon. And then we'll jump down here now and we'll do a fight with a boss called Stomping Clomper. And that will allow us to progress to the next layer. So we're going down here, we're going to fight Stomping Clomper. And with that, break him. Cutscene. That was a little slow, but it's fine. There's a fast way to do that where you pull a gold chunk off of his head and throw it at the rest of the gold chunks on his head. I haven't practiced it much, so I'm not going for it. That was Canyon. Like I said, not too much going on now. Canyon and Divide mostly just have movement. There'll be some more interesting stuff once we get into Forest Lair and start using Ostrich Bananza. Oh, didn't talk about this. During these tunnel sections, I am not spamming down punch, doing a rhythm with it, and it's because if you see this little orange burst that DK get, that is extremely fast, and it's faster than just holding the down punch. So if we can spam those as much as possible, that'll give us some extra speed there. So just to go a little bit faster, as is everything else in a speedrun. Section, just a bunch of movement, DK movement. Here we go. If I made that look easy. Not especially hard, but also not especially easy. That's the Divide. Section is where you can choose to either go to Forest Lair or to Freezer Lair, and in this run, we only go to Forest Lair, we never go to Freezer Lair. For right now. Soon that may change. Freezer Lair is much faster than Forest, But Ostrich is so useful in the rest of the run, so until we route the rest of the run and not use Ostrich, we're going to be going to Freezer, or to Forest and not Freezer. Nice little gold there on the divide. Pretty good. Forest, we're going to come here. Going this way. Not going the... Oh man. Okay, very sloppy movement for that first section. That's not how you should do it. I don't know how I got a fossil there. That really messed with my movement again. Anyway, going in here. We're going to do something called record juggling. Which is... I'm going to pick up this piece of record. I'm going to throw it near Ostrich Elder. Yeah, get up there, DK. There we go. We're going to get the other record piece. And then we're going to bring them both to the Ostrich Elder at the same time. This is a little bit risky because if you don't touch the record pieces for a while, they do despawn on their own. But as long as you are fast enough picking up the second record piece there, the first one that you threw will not despawn and you can just go and put it in. So here is where we use the one skill point in the run to buy Glide, or to level up Glide, the one skill point that we need for Ostrich. Is extremely useful. We're only getting Glide level 1. Okay, that's not great. Yeah, this Forest Lair is pretty bad now. I tried to do something a little slick, and it bit me in the butt. Anyway, we're going to be using Bananza here a lot, because he just has faster normal movement than Ostrich. And as far as I'm aware, Ostrich can't eat that. This is a very bad Forest Lair so far. Maybe I'll shut up and just try to get through it. Very, very bad Forest Lair so far. If I come out ahead of my PB, I will be surprised and happy. I don't see that happening. Okay, get that part quickly at least. Get that part. Notice we're not taking any air currents here, we're just doing some AFATs. punching the guy. Okay, that was a decent abracadabra fight. That forest to lair was pretty awful. But I don't think I'm too far behind my PB. So we'll continue. Anyway, now moving forward, it's a lot of get through the game as fast as possible. So that was Forest. We'll go through the tunnel here, and we'll go to Junction. And Junction is interesting. The point of Junction is normally there is a broken bridge, and you're supposed to go to Forest Lair and then to Freezer Lair. Build a bridge so you can get across. And you can continue on your way. Ostrich is very good at flying, you may have noticed, especially when it has a chunk in its hand, and especially when you start off with an AFAT from DK Bananza, from Kong Bananza. So if we do all that, it makes it pretty trivial to clear the gap. So we're going to do that here in a second. Losing time, I imagine. Yep. Couple seconds. That's okay. Considering how bad that Forest Lair was, I'm surprised the damage is that minor. That's the thing, men. Okay. We're gonna do another little AFAT, get across this. Some banana energy. And we'll do an AFAT, and then fly with a chunk to get across pretty easily there. Now we have some void fights. This is another little side objective that we have to do now. Void is the main bad of the game, and so we need to. He's causing some trouble up in the lairs that we already visited, in the hilltop lair and in the lagoon lair. Now we have to go chase him. We'll go to hilltop lair and then we just beat him up a little bit. Normally these fights are pretty annoying. There is a faster strat for hilltop that I do not do for this fight. I'm gonna do a pretty standard fast strat. Okay, I messed up my standard fast strat. Should be fine. Hopefully that didn't hit him. That's pretty slow. That was partially my mistake and partially he just didn't do what it normally does, as far as I could tell. Not really sure why. We'll go to Lagoon. And then it's more of the same. He's going to fly around and attack us. We're going to chase after him and hit him. Hit him with a little chunk there at the start. Pretty small, so you might have missed it. Now we're just going to fly around. Wait for him to attack us here. And hit him. That'll end the fight. And then this last section, whether or not you've been to both freezer in the forest layer, as you're about to see. It completes the bridge, and you can fight Void going across the bridge. So we're going to see when we come through here, it's going to look normal. We're only going to have half the bridge unlocked. No, get the full bridge unlocked. I didn't know that actually. But for this section, there's faster strats for this as well, but I have not practiced it. Well, I practiced it a little bit, but I haven't been consistent in my practice, so I just roll at the guy. Punch him. That part's a little scary because if you're not fast enough, he spawns a bunch of lava, and it's very wide, it's hard to get around. No way, man. Bit of a mistake there. And we took some damage, which is not great. There's a slightly faster strat for that as well, but I've failed it multiple times, so I'm not doing it. Very nice as well. We're stocked up on some items, just in case anything goes wrong. So we have one apple juice, which, if you die, it's effectively a fairy in The Legend of Zelda. If you die, you get a little bit of gold there just to make sure I have enough energy for the next section. If you die, it restores you to full health. That's what the apple juice does. Then we have some balloons, which if you fall out of bounds to a death barrier, it'll pull you back to the last stable ground that you were on. We have 2 balloons, 1 apple juice. Ideally, you don't use either in the fight or in the run, but it's useful to have them just in case. We didn't have to go too far out of our way to get them either. This section, as you saw, you hit that shark. The sharks create a little trail of liftoff ore, is what it's called. And we use the liftoff ore just to go straight up to watermelon and then fly across with ostrich and break through the watermelon with Kong. And that's it. That's all of Resort Lair. Pretty fast. And now, this next section, Tempest. This is one of the harder sections in the game, in my opinion. Get a little bit of gold there. Now we're going to avoid getting gold again. I want to get a little bit of gold just to make sure I have full Bananza at the start of this, full Bananza meter at the start of this layer. And people used to think it was bad because there's that little gold screen at the end where it tallies your gold, but it turns out it loads the next section in the background during that loading screen, or during that tally screen, so it's actually not bad, like gold along the way. Now we go into Tempest Lair. We do some. Gotta fight this bird guy 3 times. So we're gonna fight the bird guy. Then we're also going to get Elephant Bananza because, once again, as far as we know, it's impossible to progress through this layer without Elephant Bananza. I'll demonstrate why in a moment. If you saw. You can kind of see it already. There's a key that's stuck in a tornado. have to get to progress. Fine. Worried about where that record piece went. I'll get it later. There's a key stuck in a tornado. We have to get to progress, and there's no way, as far as we can tell, to collect the key without using elephant to collect it. So that's why we need elephant. We're gonna go here. We're doing some more record juggling. For that record piece that you leave down there while you go up, you need to make sure it's on that platform because the terrain beneath it will despawn when you come up to this section. And so if it does, you'll get stuck in the ground and then you won't be able to use it anymore. That's it. You did some record juggling there. Collect both record pieces at the same time. A little bit faster than going back, going up, putting one piece in, coming back down, going up, putting the next piece in. Now we have Elephant Bananza. And now we just continue through Tempest Lair like normal, as fast as possible. So now we're gonna go get that key that I was talking about, using the Elephant Bananza. Come on, man. I'm gonna collect some ore. Did I get hit again? Yep, there goes my apple juice. Not ideal, but whatever. Ideally, you don't get hit by the lava 3 times there. There was a tiny chunk sticking out, and it got me. Okay, here we go. Got the quick kill on him, kind of. Now there's this section with a lot of movement. Very difficult section, in my opinion. Not break that banana, please. That would be a big time loss. He's really made that jump. A little scary. Some lift off here. Lift off ore here, hopefully. There we go. Gotta fly across and hopefully make it. Hopefully we have enough energy to make it. We do. Oh my gosh, I almost got shocked there. That would have killed me. That would have been bad. Now we're gonna go through here. Use our liftoff ore to fly up here, skipping quite a bit of the stage. Down there, please. Uh-oh. Might not have enough energy. Don't have enough energy. That's too bad. Oh, I have enough. Thank God. Okay. Not the quickest kill that we could do there on Stirwing, but that was a pretty decent Tempest Lair, all things considered. Lots of small errors. Nothing run killing. Nice. Okay, that's Tempest. Could be gold here. Or gold. Very Very sloppy. We lost our apple juice, but we made it through. And it was relatively fast. So I would say the practice paid off a little bit. Okay, now we're moving on. Landfill layer is pretty interesting. From the speedrunning perspective, it should be fast. At 3:29 there, it's pretty slow. Pretty sure you can do it in under 3 minutes easily. So what we're going to do is, landfill layer really is just a very deep section. And you're just kind of digging down the whole time. You could do that with Elephant Bananza, sure. It would be relatively fast. Oh, I don't think I'm holding this split, actually. I'm losing more time. Yeah, a little slower. Still ahead, though. So you could just dig through like you would normally, casually. Speedrunners don't like doing anything casually, so instead we come up here and we go on this little crevice of the wall, and if I can do it, kind of saw it there. Here we go. Flip out of bounds. And that was it. I get to Pika Bruiser, and instead of fighting him, just kind of suck him up. One more Pika Bruiser. Last time we have to see Pika Bruiser in the whole run. So that was it. That was landfill. Pretty quick. Flip out of bounds. Flip back in. Do a boss fight. In and out. Racing layer will also be pretty quick. Will be the next layer that we go to. For racing layer, all we really do, don't do the race, believe it or not. You don't have to. What we'll do is we'll go to get some liftoff ore near the base of the trophy. We just need 2 of it. We'll suck it up with the elephant, and then we'll use it to fly up to the top of the trophy, and we'll leave. So I'm gonna go down through this tunnel. Should have full Bananza. I didn't really look. But if you finish a fight in Bananza form, no matter how much Bananza you have left, you'll have full Bananza when you leave it. Same thing as if you enter a fight. If you're in Bananza form when you enter a fight, we'll start the fight with full Bananza. Okay. Nice time save there. Far off of my gold, sure, but that's okay. Now here's the racing layer. Pretty straightforward. We come over here. Fly across. Two of those. Come up here. Hopefully I broke enough gold along the way. Did. Okay, good. Because for the beginning of Radiance Lair, we do want to use Elephant Bonanza and then Kong Bonanza. So there's and then Ostrich Bonanza and then Kong Bonanza. There's a lot of Bonanza usage in Radiance Lair, so we want to make sure that we start with full Banana Energy going into Radiant. And that was Racing Lair. If you blinked, you might have missed it. Blinked, you may have missed Racing Lair. Very quick. Now Radiant. And here, there is a snake, Bananza, that you can get. It's not very useful, and it's not necessary, so we don't get it. I paused too early twice. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. Do that. Excuse me. Come down here. Normally, the game would require you to use your Snake Bonanza, your newly gotten Snake Bonanza, to get this key up here. But you can just beef that up and then hit it pretty easily. AFATs are a little broken. We continue down. Chunk these and get a chunk, that's fine. We're gonna use some AFATs. Almost ran out of Banana Energy. For switching, that would have been a little slower. Now we do Poppy fights. Poppy fight. Throw a chunk at her. Bounces off the wall. Beat her up. Rinse, repeat. Almost missed. We do it as Kong Bonanza just because he throws the chunks faster. But also, does more damage than regular PK. Also, a little bit earlier, we sucked up the roof and got some chunks of that glowstone. We're going to use that in just a moment here. There's a section where it's a little puzzle section casually, where you use the suns. There's 2 suns in this section. Use the suns to open up the section that needs light to go through. We're not going to do that. We smuggled this piece of glowstone, I call it. I don't know the name of it. Radiant ore, maybe. And we just use that instead to go through the 4th section there. No sun puzzle for us. Get out of the snake's mouth freeze. And we're almost done now. Now we just have a fight here with Grumpy Kong and whatever this thing's called. Jump up to him, break his mask, break the ceiling to break his mask, and then punch him a bunch. And that's Radiance. Okay, next is Groove Layer, and we're going to do another clip. 2 more clips, actually. Rest through here. So, in the story, Pauline was taken away by a giant Harmonial. Just came up and ate her. Too bad we skipped the story, so you didn't get to see it. But Harmonial came up and ate her, and now we're Pauline-less and Bananza-less. We're just base form DK. We're going to clip through that wall, like you just saw, using a chunk from the ground. We're going to do that again in a second here. Using this guy. Hold on. Made my lineup, and I messed it up. There we go, that should be fine. Looks good to me. Broke it. There we go. And we're through. Oh well, I wanted that chunk. I messed up. I'll just use this guy instead. Please. There we go. And I died. Man. Alright, I'm not continuing that run. I gotta work on, I knew I needed to, but I gotta work on... this, groove, post-groove skip section. Not very good at it. Okay, oh well. GG's. I tried. I'll have a lot of time tomorrow. Potentially tonight. Get another run going. Didn't have a ton of time today. That's okay. Practice. There's a lot going on in this run. I didn't talk about the fact that rolling into a wall normally is a bonk, and if you roll punch, you won't. Didn't talk about that stuff. I don't even know if there's a name for that. You can let go of the wall. Still jump. Oh, wall AFAT. That's sick, man. It wasn't a wall AFAT, but it was pretty close. It was an awkward room to try it in. I kinda got it. got on the disco ball. But I'm spamming the L button instead of just once. There you go. There's a wall AFAT. I don't know what I'm doing to you, man. That's kind of easy, though. Easy, though. Give me a chunk of wall. That's crazy. You know, the Odyssey developers don't like, quite like people speedrunning their games and don't like to mess with speedrunning tech. I really hope they don't touch, like, I hope they don't touch this game at all. Well, there's a couple things I hope they touch, but for the most part. For the most part, this game is so sick. No notes. Okay, anyway, that's it for today.